just gonna that for a moment. For anyone who's been following my Twitter or my Discord, or anyone who's been on Twitch for the last like 3+ months, you guys have known that there are things out and happening, things that we've referenced pretty much every single stream, everything that every streamer has pretty much referenced every single stream that they've done recently. The hate raids. Also, the thing that people don't really talk about, but really should bring up more, the IP grabbers. For anyone who's watching this, and who doesn't for some reason know, it's just that there's people making a bunch of bots because they care how many email addresses are used, or how many accounts. Actually, no, there is a limit to how many emails you can, I think. But people could just keep making emails to making bots, essentially. Anyways, they make a bunch of bots. And then they go into people's stream, and they just flood them with a bunch of follows. Sometimes the names are just, you know, very discriminating. Like, very racist, or very, you know, sexist. Or the bots will just start spamming messages. Hence why I have slow mode on, so at least if all the bots did start spamming messages tonight, they'd only be able to spam a message at a time. Granted, if there's thousands of bots following, it really have mattered, because then they could just all spam the same message, and then that would really not do anything. I'm not one of those people who wants to live in stress. I already live in enough stress as it is with my life. I already got enough things going on in my life that are stressful, things I can't even talk about right now. Eventually I will be able to, but for now, I have to not talk about it. Maybe in a year or two I will be able to. That's beside the point. I don't want to stream on a server that I need to live in fear, that I will live in fear. Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. A little bit less arm. No one should really have to live in fear while streaming here on Twitch. Also, the other thing I was going to talk about is the IP grabbers. Literally people who make accounts, follow you, and if you click on them and you don't have a VPN protector, they grab your IP and start, you know, essentially take over your life. They can do whatever they want, essentially, because they can get all your information at that point. Bank account records, they can get that. Credit card records, they can get that. Social media, they can get that. In other words, the hate raids essentially just make everyone feel like crap. The IP grabbers essentially ruin your actual life. Now, people have kept bringing up the fact that there's lots of people who are making, you know, things to try to deal with this. You know, there's people out there making panic modes. Streamlabs has a panic button, essentially, that you press it, and it pretty much turns it emote mode only, subscriber chat only, essentially puts up all these barriers to try to prevent all these people from being able to, you know, spread hateful messages. Again, it only really stops the hate raids. It doesn't do anything about the IP grabbers. But that's still all those people following, all those people, aka the bots, following. It's really bad. It's not good. And again, these are all these different people, like Streamlabs, or individual people making these things. Why isn't Twitch taking immediate action? Now, before I continue talking about that, let me just read this. And I have to read this email I got. This is an email I received today at 11 from Twitch. I'm just going to read this really quickly. The Corona. First and foremost, no streamer should have to experience malicious and hateful attacks. There are not just violations of our community guidelines and terms of service, but also attacks on what Twitch communities represent: support, excitement, creativity, positivity. Many of you have reached out to us to share your experiences, ideas, and frustrations around botting, hate raids, and harassment of marginalized creators. Thank you. Your input will continue to shape the tools we're building to better protect all creators. When it comes to safety, our work is always ongoing, never final, which means we are consistently updating service technology, safety tools, protective detection filters, and global blocked words lists, as well as developing new tools, improved operational support, and policies to curb hateful content, harassment, and targeted attacks. Our new tools have been in development for months, and we're working to launch them as soon as possible. We know it's frustrating that we can't share more details about what we're working on. The individuals who are targeting marginalized creators are highly motivated. The more information we offer about what we're doing to stop them, the easier it becomes for them to navigate around those plans. We also know that future tools don't solve the problems you're facing today. So below is the information, pretty much telling us of all the different tools that we have right now to help lessen the damage. Which makes sense. They don't want to tell us stuff right now because, again, don't want people to attack us. That's fair. However, why weren't these things in development before, when the attacks were even just minute, before they became a common thing to happen consistently? Like when they created the new tags that made it easier. These hate raids essentially started when Twitch updated itself. Hold on a second, I'm going to take glasses off so the glare doesn't keep... The glare is distracting me. I'm assuming it's distracting you guys too. Anyways, essentially when they created the new tags, like hate raids were already starting, but when they created the new tags, even like the LGBTQA, QIA plus tags, or bisexual tags, or even the ADHD, ADD tags, essentially these tags that represent what you want to do, that represent you in a way. It made it easier for people to target other people. Essentially, people became bigger targets for what they believed in. Why didn't they foresee this coming beforehand? This has happened... Pretty sure stuff like this has happened before. It feels like, for a site that is owned by a multi-billion-dollar company, Amazon, it feels like they've really dropped the ball. And they didn't really say anything about what they were doing besides, we hear you, we're working on it. They didn't give us that huge detailed information until, surprise, surprise, the Day Off Twitch stream happened. The Day Off Twitch event happened where people didn't stream for a day. And also they lost, I think it was 3 big names for Twitch. Some of their biggest partners left. And one of the reasons was getting better support from other companies like YouTube being able to pay more. And also because, again, the hate raids. Why would they want to live in a place in fear of having to deal with hate raids? And think of it, those are partners that are living in fear. What about us people way down below? The affiliates, or even the non-affiliates who are trying to get to affiliate or just doing this for the fun of it. What about those people? To think we have people who are people like streamers or other people who support streamers making these tools try to help prevent hate raids almost instantaneously. And they probably make less than 1% of what Amazon... They probably make in a year less than 1% than what Amazon makes in a day. The people who are making these tools. And yet, Amazon is doing nothing about it, essentially. Or they're doing it, but they're doing it at a very super slow rate. And it's, like I said, bad enough for partners to have to deal with. What about affiliates? Like me. Let's use me, for example, here. Whenever people... There's only one place, there's only one kind of currency that I get from you guys that isn't, docked at all by Twitch, and that's bits. Bits, I get 100%, because essentially 1 bit equals 1 cent. They don't care. You can be like, 100 bits, that's $1. They don't take the dollar. Every other bit of revenue whether it be ad revenue or what I mostly get are subscription revenues from people subscribing or gifting subscriptions. They take 50% of that. So a $5 subscription, 5 or 6. So for them, this isn't a big deal. It's like, oh, whatever. Essentially, they take half my profit. The very least they could do is help protect my channel and make me feel safe. Instead of just going, we're working on it. We're working on it, but we're going to be hush-hush about it. And again, that's for affiliates. What about the people who aren't affiliates, who want to get to affiliate? They can't make it because their channels are getting banned for breaking terms of service, for something they can't control. Some asshole comes into their channel with a bunch of bots following them, saying hateful things, and who suffers? The people who are not even affiliates. They're working hard. They're working their asses off, and they can't make it because of something that they didn't do. Again, multi-billion-dollar company. You're taking half the profit from the people who are making you money. At the very least, protect them. You have people who are essentially streaming on your services, giving you free advertisement because they're streaming on your platform. The people who aren't affiliates, whether they're doing it for fun or doing it because they want to make it a job, they're giving you advertisement essentially because, hey, they're going to want to share it with their friends. They're going to want to share it with their family. Hey, I'm streaming on the site called Twitch. You're getting free advertisement. And what do? We're working on it. So I know there's people out there coming up with solutions to the hate raids. And I know I could just use a VPN protector. But why would I want to stream on a site that doesn't make me feel safe? Now, that being said, I might return to Twitch at some point. If they ever show that what they're saying, all these things that they're working on, when they're saying we're working on it, and they actually produce something that's functional, actually works, staying true to their word, and like I said, let me reiterate this, actually works, and it's something that would make me feel safe, more than happy to consider coming back. But I don't feel safe. I don't feel like my community is safe. Because it's not just me getting attacked. I wouldn't be the only one who have to deal with this. You guys would have to deal with this if I was attacked. Maybe not the IP grabbers, but if a bunch of bots start spamming here, you guys would have to see that. You guys have to see my reactions to that, which would be less than pleasant. You guys would have to see those nasty, ugly messages. Everyone would feel like crap. I don't want to put you guys through that. I don't want you guys to feel at risk of that. But like I said, I don't want to, but I feel like we need to. It's very hard. Like I said, I've made some very good memories here on Twitch. Oh, now I remember the other thing I want to talk about. It's gotten out of control. Like I said, again, if this was happening more to partners than anyone else, that, it still wouldn't be good, but I could see why. It's been happening to me too. I haven't had any hate raids yet. And after tonight, I don't think I'm going to be at risk of hate raids because I'm not going to be streaming here, and hopefully one of the other two sites I'll stream at will be have better protection. Let me do it this way. Of the last, I want to say 10 followers, 2 of them were actual people. The other 8 were bots. Again, for someone who doesn't get a lot of followers, I get excited when I see a follower. But discouraging when only 2 of them are actually real, and the other 8 are meant for malicious intent. And again, I'm a no-name streamer, essentially. I've got 200 followers. 200 followers where maybe 5% are actually active consistently. If that, probably not even that. And yet, these people are following, getting ready for something. So after today, I'm not deleting my Twitch account. Don't anyone think I'm just deleting it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in subscriber mode and just leave it alone. Moving to a different platform. Just sickens me. What is Twitch? Will Twitch care? Probably not. They probably don't. They send me an email, but it's a PR email, so pretty much all I have to do is change the name of who it goes to, which they probably have a code that just changes it to whatever Twitch account they send it to. Not like they personally wrote me a letter. They don't care. Some no-name affiliate that was only making them like maybe $20 out of the billions of dollars they're making a day. Okay, maybe billions. No, probably billions. If not, hundreds of millions. Want to. But again, it means protecting myself and you guys. I'll take the hit. I'll probably come back and there'll probably be only like 180 followers at that point. But if it means that the people who are active want to stay around, follow me wherever I go, are there, safe, means I'm safe, I do, then I will do what has to be done. Now that being said, let me just mention something. I posted on Twitter, which ended earlier today, a vote for where I should stream, YouTube or Glemish. Not trying any other sites. I'm familiar with these two sites. And amazingly enough, a lot of people voted, and more people want me to stream on Glemish. But I just wanted to kind of talk about that for a moment. Just kind of talk about the pros and cons with you folks for just a moment. So that we can really consider. Especially since you are the people who are here right now, the people who watch me more consistently. Yeah, a few of my regulars here. I really wanted to just kind of give the pros and cons to each side, really. Now let's look at YouTube. With YouTube, I've had a lot of experience. The first 3+ years of my life, I was posting videos and streaming on YouTube. I'm very familiar with how YouTube works. I've got a bigger following there than Glemish. I've got 650 followers there, which is close, a little bit less than what my Mixer profile was like before, Mixer shut down. And, first off, hello. Probushhead. Probushet. How do you pronounce your name? Please tell me, so I don't keep messing it up. I would love to see more of you, mate. Corbus. We're just gonna call you Corbus. Anyways, so YouTube. Again, I have a bigger following there. I'm more familiar with it. And here's the thing. A lot of YouTubers out there. YouTube gaming streamers are a dime a dozen. YouTube gamers are a dime a dozen. But I'm pretty sure, but it's also, again, an older site. Everyone's essentially got a YouTube account. Almost everyone. I'm pretty sure I would be highly surprised if there's not a single person here who doesn't have a YouTube account. Versus a Glemish account, because Glemish is new. I'm pretty sure I've only seen, 3 of you do. I know 3 of you have a Glemish account. But again, Glemish is much smaller. And for the games that I play, it'd be much harder to grow there. And again, another thing is, YouTube has an app. Glemish doesn't have an app yet. So in other words, if you're watching a mobile, you'd have to watch on a browser, which makes it very difficult to type in chat. But again, Glemish is specifically a streaming site. It was like I can compare it to essentially Mixer. Granted, I haven't streamed on there for a while, and there was a few glitches where like the stream would freeze randomly. But here's the problem. I mean, but again, it's specifically meant for streaming, so its streaming capabilities, I'm pretty sure, are better than YouTube's. Also, there's no VODs. I would have to try to record. Okay, now the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking I should stream on YouTube until Glemish gets to phase 2. Because once it gets to phase 2, I think that's when they're introducing. I can't remember if it's phase 2 or phase 3 that they're introducing VODs. Essentially, you know, the recordings of the live stream. I don't know. I guess what we could do is, since I feel like YouTube that might be a solid idea actually. So yeah, I think we're gonna stream on YouTube, which makes it feel like the whole, you know, voting, what do you guys think I should stream on? Kind of pointless now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, I didn't think about all the details because I thought that maybe when I posted it last night, I was thinking maybe Glemish has come a far enough way. And then I thought about after I posted the tweet, I'm like, wait a minute. Has Glemish even advanced that much? Look it up. They haven't even gone past phase 1. They're still pretty much just the same site that popped up in March. I'm just like, nice. So here's what I'm gonna do. While I have all of your attention here, let me just go to my YouTube so that you guys can go subscribe to my YouTube and hit the bell so that you guys can pop in for tomorrow's stream. How about that? Unfortunately, Glemish has gone worse. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. How has Glemish gotten worse? Well, like I said, I might test Glemish again at some point after it gets to the next phase, because maybe by then they'll fix some of the glitches. But yeah, guys, you should go subscribe, hit the bell. You know what? Question. Did we finish this stream on YouTube? Is this thing on? Sure, we'll go with that. Let's go with people and blogs, I guess, for now. Oh, that's right. I also have to... Oh. I forgot. I also have to do thumbnails and whatnot. We're not going to go with a thumbnail for now. We're just going to go with whatever it creates. No more. Twitch. There we go. All right. All right. Cool. Wacky title ideas. Wacky title 1. Jazz hands. Super duper wacky title. The original title. I like that one actually. Super duper wacky title. Super original title. Is this thing on? There we go. Done. Boom. Boom jams. All right. Ah, yes, the wacky flailing inflatable tube man. The wacky flailing inflatable tube man. The wacky flailing inflatable tube man. Drinks water. All right. So, for anyone who wants to go support this, please go over to my YouTube. I'm just going to log in to my YouTube via Streamlabs, and we're just going to start. You guys ready for this? This is the big leap. If you're ready, who's ready? Who's ready to go in? Guns a-blazing. Might as well jump! Jump! Alright. I will see you guys on the other side. As for you, Twitch, hopefully you figure out your shit at some point. But until then, this will be my last outro here. And so, to all of you beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on YouTube. And as always, until 5 minutes from now, rock on!